Why did you leave your stuff there, Miss Ruiz?
So a lot of the stuff it was a pair of shoes and a shirt. Baking stuff was stuff, because again, I didn't have a house at the time.
He could have used any cookies.
So I can't utilize the baking stuff. So I even told him, I have stuff for you. I said, here, keep what you can use. I don't have any use for it. So I left it there. The pair of shoes, I had enough shoes, I had enough clothes with me that I left a pair of shoes behind.
Gotcha. So basically, your stuff's not worth $600. Why go back and have to give him $600 if you can leave just a pair of shoes? All right, we're going to retire to deliberate at this time. Thank you. We'll excuse you both.
Michael, with respect, you were making some good points. Your examination was causing me to question whether or not she left because she was in a hurry or because she was threatened. And that's not the case. I mean, she left behind stuff she didn't care about. I do not think simply because someone expresses interest in you, that every time they give you money, that it's a gift. I can't buy that. I think circumstantially it doesn't make sense. He's living with a couple of kids, working as a cashier, helping her out because she's even worse off. So I didn't find her credible. I think he should recover.
I totally agree with everything you've said, Tanya. I think that the mere fact that he was interested in her, he's interested in her. It doesn't mean that just because they are giving you something that suddenly it becomes a gift. I think we all kind of brought this out. Everything about his lifestyle would indicate that he never intended it to be a gift. The messages are replete with his request to say, look, I need things for my family. I need my money back. And I totally think that the reason why she didn't go back was because she had an issue with probation. And she kept telling him, I'll come back, I'll give you the money. And though he's not Mr. Charm in personality, he was kind of right. I've been rejected before. What do you want me to do? I gave it my best shot. And I know, Michael, you want to talk.
This is the way it's floating around in my mind. We start off with the fact that the plaintiff has the burden of proof. Number two, who initiates the contact? He does. Almost from the very beginning, it's clear that he's making cute remarks to her. I say cute, you need a cuddle buddy. You need a white man that likes whatever he said. I don't know what he said there, what that means. So it's clear that he may have some ulterior motives. But nevertheless, she does leave the premises abruptly. Here's a young woman who couldn't afford a pizza. Why would she leave the property?
But she said it. She said it was baking stuff. It was one pair of shoes. She said, I had plenty of shoes.
Yeah, it really had no value to her. So with regard to this birthday thing on Facebook, when you're friends with people, like my sister will say, oh, you know whose birthday was today? I go, how would you know that? She goes, it's on Facebook. And people reach out. That's what Facebook's about. It's about connecting. So the fact that he reached out to her on Facebook, I don't find as though, oh, he's zooming in on her. And the fact that she left abruptly, that was the day she got the money. And she got it, and she left behind stuff that didn't have as much value to her as $600. So maybe she figured if she never went back, she wouldn't have to pay.
Oh, wait a minute now. None of us have any objective evidence to corroborate or support the version that my two colleagues have put forward.
You're
doing it on the basis of subjective evaluation of her credibility.
How about this?
And I'm doing it on the basis of objective facts that I have gleaned from the text messages and his testimony. The objective fact is he reached out to her. The objective fact is he made suggestive remarks to her. That's clear here. She claims that he made suggestive remarks while she was in the home.
So how does that change it? How does that make it a gift?
Because
all it means to me is don't just get out and give him his money back.
He was showering her with these gifts in order to have a sexual relationship.
So what?
Had she had the sexual relationship, she would not have.
I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be true.
But what about this for objective evidence? What about her text messages saying, I'm going to pay you back? This is after he's talking to her and commiserating with her over the fact that the car motor blew up. May 29th, 2020, these are her words. Yes, I have every intention of paying you. I'm just struggling to get a place and get approved because of all this crap. But for her repeated acknowledgments of the debt, I'd be there with you.
And don't you think once she would have said, what do you mean you want it back? It was a gift. You said it was a gift. You gave it to me as a gift. It wasn't a gift.
I think that the reason she didn't do it is exactly what he said. She paid $600 for a car that blew up. because that's reflected in the text messages. She's already on hard times.
Well, as long as we're making it perfectly clear that I'm not comfortable characterizing her as an exploitive
Nor am
woman
I won't.
under all of these circumstances, I could reasonably conclude from the evidence and given that particular text message that this was a loan rather than a gift. And I made you think anyway.
You did. You did.
I just thought it wasn't a gift.